Welcome to episode of Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to talk about Yaira, a statue released from Eric July from the Rippaverse universe. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. Eric July recently released a statue of Yaira, a toy for you to enjoy and put on your shelf. And by the looks of it, it looks pretty good. It's made by McFarlane. Now, Eric July says they have a partnership. I went to the McFarlane site and tried to look for any clue of this partnership, and I could not find one. It's not in the featured products. It's not in the upcoming products. It's nowhere to be found in the McFarlane site. So I don't know what kind of partnership this is, but it seems to me that all he did, Eric July, was have McFarlane pretty much produce these toys for him. Not necessarily a partnership, just a product order. Whatever. So there really is no partnership. Fine, you can get the statue either way, and it's made by McFarlane. Since I was in the McFarlane site, I started checking out the prices, and there was a lot of reasonable prices. I mean, these are collectibles, so they range from, like $100 to $500 for the extreme ones. And in between, I mean, you can get a cool one for like $150, I mean, these are pretty cool. And they're actually heroes that the Joker, freaking Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and the list goes on. Then I started looking at Yaira's price, and it's $500. Top notch McFarlane prices. But for a figure that you don't really know. I don't know if Eric July plans to release more statues of the Rippaverse. But if they're all going to be $500 a pop, I mean, who can afford these? Now, Eric July says that he's only going to produce 1,050 of these if there's demand for them. But there's not going to be demand for that many at $500 a pop? Maybe I'm the odd one out. Like, I'd rather go to McFarlane's site and actually get, like a Joker or these Batman ones for $500 if I'm going to spend that much. I think Eric July should have released some lower price ones, $100. Should have been like his max, I understand he's trying to compete with Marvel, DC, and all that stuff. But you don't just copy them, you do it better. You give your audience a value or something, You do it different. This looks like the detractors are right. He doesn't really know much about business. The detractors are right to call it rip-off verse because a $500 Yaira statue is a rip-off. Especially when you compare them to the ones you can buy that are, with well-known characters. I'd be surprised if they reach their limit on this. I'd be surprised if they even sell out on the stock they have now. That being said, having a toy made by McFarlane to sell of your product is pretty cool. But the thing is, you don't have to lie about having a partnership because that's not cool. I remember a guy that used to lie about partnerships all the time called Tommy Tallarico. He would rent out a convention, the Crayola convention, for his amico. And then after the fact, he would list them as partners on his website, even though all he did was rent the convention. So if anybody out there buys this statue and sees this video, let me know how it is. Let me know if it's worth your $500 or maybe you wish you would have got something else. That's going to do it for this episode. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.